If you're looking to buy Rocket League keys or items, make sure to check out rocketprices.com and use code CLASSY for a discount. Welcome back to another Rocket League video. Today we are going to be checking out 5 tips to help you improve your freestyling. Now, I just want to start off by saying that this is not a beginner's guide, okay? I'm not going to be holding your hand while I teach you how to hold freaking air roll right or whatever, alright? This is a little bit more advanced. Not too advanced, but a little bit more advanced. What I want to do with this video is I want to take your lame freestyles, right? Your freestyles that you haven't changed in about 2,000 hours. I want to take those freestyles and inspire them, make them more creative. Okay, that's my goal, right? Anyway, let's talk a little bit more about the word freestyle. I believe in the lower ranks, it's just sort of got the general definition, unnecessary spinneroonies in order to score a goal. But in the higher ranks, I would say freestyling is trying to make the entire clip as impossible for yourself to score as possible, yet you still score it. If that makes any sense at all. Basically, the harder the shot, the more impressive it is. If you can show off all your mechanics that you've been practicing for thousands of hours in every clip, then you've done your job right. There you go. You get that little bit of satisfaction at the end. Right? Hey, good job. Good job. You just did a freestyle. Well done. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into tip number 1. Tip number 1 is adding air roll right or air roll left to your controller. If you're on PC and you're using keyboard and mouse, then you're all set. And if you already have it on your controller, then whoop-de-frickin-do, you're all set as well. But here comes the important part. Alright, you actually gotta use it. I've seen so many people that have like air roll right bound to their controller, but never use it except for that one time ages ago when they tried to stall a little bit. About a month ago, I realized that I have no idea what I'm doing when I'm trying to like do a tornado spin or whatever. So I took some time and I went into free play and I just flew around the map using nothing but tornado spin. This seemed like such a big headache to me before I started doing it, but it's honestly so easy and it takes like no time at all for you to just understand the basics of tornado spinning. And ever since then, I've been implementing it into my game and I've been scoring some nutty goals and some nutty freestyles. So if you really want to improve your freestyles, take some time and learn how to tornado spin. Okay, so moving on to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is practicing different types of setups. There's like a bajillion different types of setups that you can do to spice up a ceiling shot or a flip reset, but people tend to stick to what they know best and don't want to think outside the box. First of all, are you one of those lame potato cars that just drives up the wall on your way to the ceiling? Bro, there's such an easy fix to this, alright? All you gotta do is jump off the wall and float your ass up to the ceiling, Or you can even like do a 360 on your way up there, alright? You don't have to wait to show off all your juicy mechanics until you're floating down from the ceiling with the ball, alright? Show some of them off on your way up to the ceiling and it will pay off in the rest of your clip. So when I go for ceiling shots, I pretty much always jump off the wall and float up to the roof, and then sometimes I even jump off the ceiling in order to catch the ball a little bit quicker. There are a few different things you can do. Like I said, you can do a 360 with air roll, or you can even do like a reverse tornado spin up to the ceiling. It works out pretty well. One more thing that you can do is actually land on the ceiling backwards. This is pretty sweet. Make sure to hold drift so you don't lose complete control of your car. As for flip resets, most people fly upside down in order to receive their flip, but something that I never really see is people flying right side up and receiving the flip that way. It's rather difficult to use the flip in this situation, but practice makes perfect, and I'm sure you can score some pretty nice musty flicks and whatnot doing it this way. I can't name all the setups in this video because I want to make it rather short, but just think outside the box, okay? Watch other people's clips, see what they're doing, and just try it. A lot of these things are super simple and take no time at all to practice if you already have most of the mechanics down. Okay, so moving on to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to be flips, okay? In most situations, when you're doing a crazy freestyle or whatever, alright, you're going up to the ceiling and getting a flip reset there, or you're getting a flip via the ball. Now, if you're just scoring it the same old way with a front flip every time, that's boring as hell. You gotta think outside the box. I know I said that like 3 times already, but that's really what you gotta do. You gotta mix it up. So, simple solution, practice backflipping with the ball. Rather difficult in the beginning, but you know what? It works, alright? It spices up everything. So, think about different flicks. There you go. That's tip number 3. Moving on to tip number 4. Tip number 4 is a big one, and it's gonna be combining the 3 categories. Now, what I mean by 3 categories is there's air dribbling, ceiling shots, and flip resets. These are all great, but if you've mastered all of these, then the next step is going to be combining them. Maybe instead of just going for a normal ceiling shot, you do an air dribble at the end. Or you can even go from ceiling shot to flip reset. Or flip reset to flip reset. Or ceiling shot to ceiling... No, that doesn't work. Anyway, you get my drift. Try to practice doing one and then combining it with another. First thing I do, if you haven't actually practiced this before, is make sure you got a good hang of your air dribbles and then combine it with your ceiling shots. It's rather difficult in the beginning, but time and practice and patience pays off. I've recently been trying to master flip reset air dribbles, and a key part of this has been mastering tornado spins. Right after I get my flip on the ball, I use tornado spin in order to get under the ball with my nose pointing at the ball. Okay, so moving on to tip number 5. Tip number 5 is going to be mastering the stall mechanic. Okay, I hate to say this again, but if you're going to master the stall mechanic, then you have to master tip number 1, which is tornado spinning, because tip number 1 is really important for tip number 4 and tip number 5. Okay? Oh god. Anyway, it's 2019 now, and I think every semi-decent freestyler is doing multi-flips, and it's just the way of the future. So I have a stall tutorial on my channel. It's a little bit old, but you can go check it out. I'll link it down below if you aren't interested in learning the stall. I've recently been really trying to focus on my multi-flips, and I'm going to be popping out a tutorial on it in the future within like 2 weeks, I promise. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this tips video. This was not meant to be like a tutorial. I'm not trying to hold your hand and show you exactly how to do certain things when it comes to freestyling. I'm just trying to inspire you, trying to show you different methods that I personally use to freestyle. Keep in mind that I ain't no jazer. I just find it fun once in a while to score some nice clips and whatnot. So if you share my enthusiasm about learning new mechanics and stuff, then hopefully you take some of these tips seriously. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to pop a like and comment. And if you're interested in future videos, make sure to subscribe as well. Stay classy, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.
Please like and subscribe. Thank you.